any sort of political office, but I'm no longer comfortable sitting on the sidelines watching what is happening in Washington, in our government.
I can't hear you.
I do apologize, I have bronchitis right now, so my throat is a little... Our rights are being eroded, and the Constitution is being treated with contempt. I no longer feel as if my government is working for me. Rather, I feel that I work for the government with little to show for it. It is time for real change. Time for freedom to prosper with lower taxes, smaller government, and time for opportunity to succeed through hard work and dedication. It's making me a little nervous on these cameras.
Get used to it.
Last election, we were told that change was needed to avoid a recession. We got change, from private to government. The current administration and legislature, both at the state and federal levels, have decided, contrary to the voice of the people, that government is the answer. The government will create the jobs, the government will regulate or even take over the business, and the government will provide our health care. However, one key document is missing from this vision of government: the Constitution. The Constitution limits the powers of government. It was written to avoid the failures of an overreaching, authoritative government. But we as a nation have gone away from this Constitution. We have allowed the federal government to involve themselves in our state's affairs. And if that isn't enough, we have allowed the government to demand from us to regulate what we buy and to seize control of publicly traded and privately owned corporations. These actions will destroy the United States. It will lead us down the same path as Greece. We are no longer the shining city on the hill. But all hope is not lost. There is a way out of this dismal situation we're in. The only way out is through less government interference in our lives. It is time for the state to stand up to the federal government and say enough is enough. Stop taking from our residents. They have given enough already. It is time to demand lower taxes. Those in power raise taxes in good times and bad times, basically any time they want to. When American families are struggling to put food on the table, and the Senate just passed another tax increase last night, do we need it? Absolutely not. We need to stand up for our Bill of Rights, the very rights the First Continental Congress sought to preserve as provided for by our God. These rights are in danger of disappearing rapidly under this current administration. The Fairness Doctrine will strip free speech from the media, creating a state-run media. Numerous bills and laws challenge our Second Amendment, which is pretty ironic considering the founders felt this was possibly the most important power the people have, to limit government power. And the government of Minnesota, along with the other 49 states, must become and remain stronger than the federal government. As the 10th Amendment states, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. It does not say the federal government can seize rights, pass bills, and overrule states' rights. Only when the state governments answer to their residents of their respective states and federal government answers to the states will we have achieved the founders' goals. Another area of concern is education. Our schools are weakening, our taxes are being wasted by school administrators who fail to uphold Minnesota's solid history of educational excellence. We must redefine these standards our public school teachers are held to. We must make it possible to replace underperforming teachers with superior teachers. No child left behind is being used as a crutch. Teachers claim they have to teach to the test, yet students continually fail the test. We need good teachers, period. We also need to reform school funding. Private school vouchers and school choice provide competition to enter the educational world and to strengthen our education system. In Minnesota, we have a House of Representatives that wants to create a fourth tax bracket. Why? Their goal, obviously, is to continue to pay for more unnecessary government programs. Let me repeat, unnecessary programs.
Hear, hear.
Rather than raising taxes to pay for these, we should get rid of them. The welfare system in Minnesota needs to be reformed. I can understand and appreciate that some people do need help. This is what the system is for, a hand up, not a handout. My family and I have personally been through unemployment and have used the system before. And it was for a while, but we worked as hard as we could and as fast as we could to get off it.